So I'm not afraid of AI ever taking my job. And do you want to know why? It's because I'm not a robot. There are those who can create, and then there are those who tap into what is created and attempt to commodify or control those resources. And at the end of the day, if you can create, then you are creating value. And that value is inherent to you. Nobody needs to see it in you. Nobody, it's yours. And nobody can take that away from you either. Even when they attempt to exploit your energy, it's still yours. I'm not afraid of AI taking my job because AI can't do what I can do. AI can't create. It can only absorb what is created. What I'm more afraid of is society not having jobs or livable wages available to those who create. This whole system of capitalism that we live under has been priming us as humans to work as though we were machines, to work as though we were robots. Since the Industrial Revolution, we were made to be cogs in a machine. We were, throughout school, told to pick a track, figure out which cog you want to be, rather than a multi-passionate, well-rounded human generalist. Because in the world of the Industrial Revolution, with the assembly line, where you were supposed to be the perfect cog, it was not beneficial for you to be a generalist, for you to be a multi-passionate, creative thinker. Because creative thinkers are difficult to control and difficult to assemble. This is exactly why people with ADHD and autism are pathologized in this culture. But that culture is changing now. We no longer live in a world of the assembly line. These neurodivergences were pathologized because in a world where we were made to be machines on an assembly line, these are the people that couldn't be the cog, couldn't be controlled. And now we live in the World Wide Web. We live in a hyper-connected digital world. So who's going to succeed in that world? Is it going to be those who see patterns and understand connections and have multiple skills and talents and abilities and are able to put the pieces together? Or is it going to be the perfect cog who has been shaped into one track, one path, whether it's like, I'm a math person, I'm a science person, I'm a reading person, I'm a salesperson, I don't know marketing. If you don't know how sales and marketing fits together in a funnel, if you don't understand how the right brain connects with the left, then you don't know shit. And these are the sort of questions that AI won't be able to answer. You won't be able to ask a robot to answer these complex questions. You have to be able to have the skills and abilities to sit there and untangle that. You have to have the perception. And see, perception and attention are key. And that's one thing that AI or robots will never have because they're not alive. When you're alive, you're able to see, you're able to spot patterns, problems, solutions. You are able to spot what's even the right question to ask here. This old world is crumbling where for so long humans' creative ability has been siphoned by the 1%, the capitalists, the bourgeoisie, whatever you want to call it. Your creative energy has been siphoned in order to make you into a machine, into a cog. And some people maybe have an easier time doing that than others. But no one is a cog. Everyone is a human and is alive and has creative capacity. those who have maybe been diagnosed with ADHD or autism or something of that sort, perhaps are neurologically less able to resist this, but this affects everyone. Neurotypicals are just as, creative, inherently creative. And for so long, in order to exist in this society, even though we are humans and that the earth is our home with our resources, literally right here, growing from the ground for us, we have had to allow our energy to be siphoned off and used to make profit to a capitalist in order to receive our needs. I saw a post the other day that was talking about how our society was basically animal abuse for humans, and that we're just sad monkeys that don't get to, exist in the environment which we're meant to thrive. And that's exactly how I see this happening, like the economy and the workforce and that such right now. And no wonder mental health and depression is on the rise if what makes us human, being alive, having that creative power, being connected to the means of our production and the fruits of our labor, getting to enjoy the fruits of our labor, and throughout the entire creative process, we don't get that experience when we've been made to be cogs and we've been made to be a part of the machine. We've been pushed into becoming a robot. We've been numb. In order to survive, you must be numb, because in order to be a cog, you must be numb. So, yeah. But at the end of the day, in order for those who exploit to be able to exploit and reap the benefits off of your labor, you must have enough energy to create. And joke's on them, because they've spent us. They've pushed us into burnout very much, especially if you're neurodivergent and you're more sensitive to these things. But to everyone, this is not healthy for anyone. And they're running out of creative reserves. The more they push the people to their limits, we're not going to have anything to give. And then their companies, their ROI is going to go down, and they're going to be like, work harder, work harder, work harder. No, how about you create an idea? How about you do something rather than managing those who create? How about you figure out how to create, and then maybe you can enjoy the fruits of that labor? But no more like that. We're in a scary time right now because we're in transition. But the thing that gives me hope at the end of the day is that it is impossible for those who exploit to continue to exploit into infinity, because we don't have infinity to give. And at the end of the day, you are that value. Your creative energy is that value. That's what they want. So protect that. Protect your creative energy more than anything. And there will never be any sort of technology or AI, whatever the fuck, that can replace you. Maybe you're struggling to find a job. Maybe you're feeling like your ideas aren't listened to at work. But at the end of the day, if you protect your creative energy, if you stay authentic to yourself and you know the value that you have to give, those who can't create will want it from you. And that's your bargaining power. If a company wants the next fresh idea, no matter how annoyed they are with your creative, disruptive personality, they need you. And the world needs you. And the world needs your creative gifts, quite literally. So protect it.